You've got the offer, the transformation, the testimonials, but you're still wondering why high ticket clients aren't reaching out to you. If you're a life coach, a business coach, or you do done for you services, you provide those services, you might be stuck in a visibility mode, but you're not in profitability yet. This live it will shift that. Excuse me. This live will shift that. I'm breaking down the kind of content that brings in ready to buy buyers and shows you how to build trust with your leads and high ticket sales. Thank you all for joining me today. This live is for the coach where you're already at six figures. You already have an audience on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, or YouTube, but you're not really sure how you can convert them into customers. This live is going to help you. This live is also for the ambitious business owner where you're capped between 8 to 10K months. You've built a successful business on word of mouth, on referrals, but you're not really sure how can I sell in my videos in a way that doesn't feel icky or doesn't sound salesy. This live is going to help you. I'm going to be sharing with you some tips on how you can, or what types of content to create in order for you to bring in high ticket offers. So if you're a service provider, you're a consultant, you're a coach, this live is definitely going to help you. And as you're coming in right now, if you are a business owner, go ahead and drop the name of your business in the chat so we can shout you out. If you're not a business owner, but you want to stick around, I mean, this live isn't for you, but you can feel free to drop the city that you're tuning in from. I am in New York City. It's 9:06 in the morning. So you can drop the name of the city that you're in. If you're a business owner, you can drop the name of your business in the chat. And the more you engage with me, the more this live will get pushed out. So whether you're tuning in on Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, or YouTube, if you double tap on the screen, and if you start commenting in the chat, then TikTok will see this video as a video that's good and they will start to push it out. So will YouTube, so will Instagram, so will LinkedIn. Those are the four platforms that we're streaming on right now. And then here's what I want you to do. I love to teach my lives like they are master classes. Why is that? Because I know what it's like to be on social media trying to figure out how do I sell to my audience? How do I build an online business? How do I get my audience from watching my videos to actually buying, but not getting any sound information or really sound training that's getting the results that you desire. So I teach my lives totally different and I make sure that I'm giving you content strategies that can work for you, but the onus is on you. What I always recommend is that you take note, take action, and make some money. Why? Because action takers are money makers, not time wasters. That's the most important thing. Everything that you learned today, what is the one thing that stands out to you? And that's the thing that you want to put into action because that's the thing that's going to take your business to the next level, right? And so that's what I want to leave that with you today. But again, today I'm going to be talking about what kind of content converts for high ticket offers. So if you're in here right now and you're selling high ticket, you're accustomed to selling it through word of mouth, you're accustomed to doing it through referrals, you're accustomed to doing it one-on-one, and you're not really sure how can I translate that into my videos? How can I translate that to social media so that I can now bring in my high ticket clients? Then this live is for you because I'm going to walk you through a system that I teach all of my clients. I even do it myself so that you know what types of content to create in order to bring in high ticket offers. Oh, thank you all so much for double tapping on that screen, for showing some love. If you have any questions, you can feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Hey, Renaya, thanks for joining us. And I will go ahead and answer those questions for you. So who am I? I'm Shamar Starcox, TV producer and marketing coach. My goal is to help 6 and 7 figure business owners get seen and get paid by creating binge-worthy videos that converts. That's the goal. Why? Because whatever you binge, you buy. We are in a society where you are paying for Netflix, paying for Hulu, paying for YouTube. You name it, you're paying for it, and you're binging these platforms every time. So what do? I show you how to create that same exact experience on your page so that you can take your audience from just browsing to binging to buying. That's the strategy. It works every time. And here's the thing. I've had clients that have worked this strategy. They have gotten their audience to binge their content, and from binging, their audience just automatically bought. Like, how many of you in here, you will love to get your audience to binge your content, and then you will love to get them to just click the link in your bio and buy from you without having to hop on a sales call, without having to feel like you're selling to them or it's coming off salesy, right? That's what some of my clients have been able to accomplish. That is the goal of social media. Why? Because it is your free marketing tool. What do I mean by that? When I say free marketing tool, I mean you don't have to pay for ads. You do not have to pay for ads when you're using Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube. You just show up authentically with your content and talk to your audience and they will buy from you. So again, today we're talking about what types of content to create if for high ticket sales, right? So thank you all again for coming in. I'm going to be dropping 3 tips for you. So if you're taking notes, you want to make sure you grab your notebook and your pen and your paper so that you can take notes. And I want to take some time to share this story before I actually go into the tips, right? So let me know who's in here right now. I know that we got a couple of people who have joined the live. If you're a business owner, drop the name of your business in the chat so we can shout you out. If you are not a business owner, but you want to stick around anyway, feel free to drop the city that you're tuning in from. Again, I'm in New York City and I am a marketing coach. I help 6 and 7 figure business owners to be able to scale their business. So as you're writing in the chat, I want to share this quick story with you, right? When I first started posting on social media, it took off fast. I mean, like I was going viral on Instagram, I was going viral on TikTok, and I was able to grow my audience pretty quickly on each platform. And because I was going viral, because I was growing my audience quickly, people started booking sales calls with me. But here's the thing, every time someone booked a sales call with me, I will fumble the bag. What do I mean by that? I was nervous. I was nervous. I was scared. I didn't know what to say. um, my heart would race every time I get on a call with them. My palms would sweat. And I feel like I would lose my train of thought because I was so afraid to sell to them, or I was so afraid that I wasn't going to get the sale. Any of you ever been in a position where you know that in order to take your business to the next level, you have to move into the next step, but you're afraid to do it? For some of you, it may be going live. For some of you, it may be posting your videos. For some of you, it may be moving to a new platform. So that's where I was. Each time people will see my videos, they will love it. They will book a sales call with me, and I will completely freeze on the call. And I remember one time I was doing the sales call with my friend. We were headed to the Berkshires, and I was doing a call with her, and I completely just fumbled that call again. Like I just didn't do good. I was nervous. I was talking too much. And then after I got off the call, my friend said to me, you know, you really don't have to sell to your audience because your content is doing the heavy lifting. She said the purpose of your content is that it's pre-selling your audience before they actually come to you. And so that hit me. That hit me because she was absolutely right. Like the people who were coming on that call, they were already interested in working with me. All I had to do was take a step back and let them sell to me instead. Let them tell me why it was important for them to work with me and actually purchase one of my services. And when I understood that and I shifted my mind, guess what happened? I started bringing in clients from left and right. I no longer worried about if I was going to mess up on the call. I was no longer worried about will I say something stupid? Will I lose the sale? Instead, I focused on connecting. I allowed my content to go out on Instagram, on TikTok in order to bring the people to me. And when the people got on the call with me, I then just let them know, here's how we can work together. And guess what happened after that? I was able to start booking clients left and right, left and right, left and right. I built my business to 6 figures and we keep on scaling. This is all without ads. This is all without cold DMing anyone, right? This was just my content going out, nurturing my audience, and then them booking a call with me. Here's the thing. It got even better than that. It got to the point that I didn't have to get on so many calls with them. It got to the point that after a while, they were just going ahead and buying. So from binging my content, they would just go ahead and buy. I remember being on the beach in St. Lucia, getting a $5,000 client. How many of you in here would love to get a 5K client just from them watching your content, and then you're building trust through your content so now they want to buy from you, right? That's where I was. On top of that, I've gotten clients just twiddling my thumbs in the living room, making $1,000 in 3 days, all because my content was doing the heavy lifting. And here is what I learned. I learned that social media is a reliable source for leads and revenue. Social media is a reliable source for leads and revenue. When done right, your content becomes your best salesperson, where you don't have to do the selling. Your content will do the heavy lifting for you, right? It will speak on your behalf. It will build trust. It will pre-sell. It will nurture your audience for you. But here's the thing. It only works if you're consistent. If you're not showing up consistently for your audience, then all you're doing is you're starting the conversation and then you're ending it quickly. What do I mean by that? If we think about our videos as videos that's going out, once we post it, it's starting a conversation with our audience, then you want to continue the conversation by posting at least 5 times a week. Like that's the minimum that I give all my clients. You want to post at least 5 times a week so you can continue the conversation with your audience and being consistent. You don't have to post every day, and nor do you have to post 3 or 4 times a day. Because I know some of you in here, you are not as young, you're not in your teens, you're not in your early 20s, you're most likely over 40, over 50, and posting 3 or 4 times a day can be extremely exhausting, right? But if you just post at least once a day for 5 days, that will help with the consistency, right? And so if you're a life coach, if you're a business coach, a consultant, a strategist, or any other service provider, if you're tired of creating content that gets views but not many buyers, you're getting followers who clap for you, but they're not really clicking on the link in your bio. And if they are clicking on the link in your bio, they're not actually heading to the checkout. But you want to be able to figure out how to shift that so that now when you're posting your content, it is actually leading to the sales that you desire. Then I want to invite you to join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. In the challenge, we show you how to create content that connects. We show you how to create content that converts your followers into customers. In a nutshell, we show you how to create content that sells. That's our goal, right? So if you are someone in here where you're like, that's exactly what I desire, I want you to go ahead and click the first link in my bio to join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. We're kicking off June 2nd. It is a 5-day challenge. Our goal is to help you with your content so that now each time you post, you're bringing in leads and you are converting those leads into customers. And here's the thing, we just launched this as part of our challenge. The first 5 people to sign up for VIP, you'll get early access to our VIP mixer, right? In the VIP mixer, this is where we'll get to connect with each other before the challenge starts, right? So this is something we just added for the challenge members. For the first 5 people to sign up, the challenge kicks off June 2nd. The mixer kicks off May 30th. So if you sign up and you're one of the first 5 people to sign up, you'll get early access to the VIP mixer. We get to connect with one another. And then it's also our way to build momentum, boost your brand, and create magnetic energy around your offer, right? So plus I'll be sharing with you an exclusive VIP visibility strategy for high ticket sales. So if you're in here and you're like, that's exactly what I want, I'm getting tired of listening to this guru and that guru and nothing seems to be working for me, then go ahead and click the first link in my bio. Join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge so that we can help you. Oh, thank you all so much for sharing the love over here on TikTok, Instagram. Are y'all still with us? Let me know. I don't see any comments, so I'm not sure if you're still with us. All right, so what I'm going to be sharing today is what kind of content converts for high ticket offers. So if you are a consultant, if you are a strategist, if you're a coach, life coach, relationship coach, finance coach, this live is going to help you, especially if you are selling high ticket. That's anything over $1,000, typically really anything over $5,000. If you're selling high ticket, I'm going to share with you the types of content you want to create in order for you to attract your dream clients and convert them into customers. I get clients sometimes where, hey, Dr. Tavis, how you doing? I get clients sometimes, especially on LinkedIn, where they're convinced that selling on TikTok, selling 5K packages or 10K packages on TikTok and Instagram is pointless because that's not where their clients are. Now, let me tell you right now, that's a limiting belief. Your clients are everywhere. It is your goal to position yourself so that you can attract them. If you do not know how to position yourself on each platform, it's going to be extremely hard for you to attract your high ticket sales, right? So my job is to show you how you can position yourself no matter what platform you are on. Right? So I want to share this 3-step content strategy, the types of content to post for your high ticket sales. But let me get some water first because my throat is starting to dry up. All right, so let's go into the first tip. Oh, thanks. Okay, the capacity consultant is here. Awesome. And if you all have any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I will be so happy to answer it. In the meantime, I will drop in this first tip. What types of content to create that converts for high ticket sales? The first one is mindset content. The first one is mindset content. Now, notice I didn't say educational content. Some of you probably thought that's what I was going to say because that's what you're accustomed to. Hey, Vanita, how you doing, honey? That's what you're accustomed to. Every time you listen to gurus, you hear them telling you post educational content. And then you do. When you post the educational content, you recognize it gets the lowest views. Who am I talking to right now? That every time you're posting educational videos, teaching videos, tips, hacks, and tutorials, it gets the lowest views. And it's absolutely frustrating. What I have found is that a lot of educational content is just information overload and it is overwhelming your audience. So instead of only posting educational content, you want to make a shift to posting mindset content. Mindset content helps you when you're putting out the content, it helps you to challenge the limiting beliefs of your dream clients, right? It helps them to see what is possible for them. And in doing this, it helps them to make a buying decision. That's what mindset content does. Now, for some of you, you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, but what type of mindset content do I put out? What does that even look like? So, when you're putting out your mindset content, the goal is to help your audience make a buying decision. That's the goal for your mindset content, right? It's not just about putting out educational content, putting out tips so that you can show up as the authority. That's one aspect of it. But the other part of it is that for some of you, especially when you're selling high ticket, your audience is there. They're ready to buy from you, but there's some part of them that thinks maybe this won't work for me. And that's what I want you to think about. Some of your audience is thinking, maybe this won't work for me. They may have an objection that's like, okay, but how much time is this going to take? And when you put out the mindset content, it helps them to shift their limiting beliefs. It helps them to get the transformation just from watching your videos, right? And so when you put out these types of content, I can give you some examples of what that looks like. But when you put out these types of content, it helps your audience to have a transformation now. When your audience is having this transformation and they see, wait a second, they get out their own way, they get unstuck. Now they want to buy from you, right? So mindset content, types of mindset content that you want to put out is overcome objections, right? That's one type. So when you're overcoming, like, first of all, let me take it back. Overcoming objections. What types of objections? Typically, when you are selling, there are two types of objections that will pop up, which is time. You may see a lot of your audience telling you, I don't have time for that. Or you may see a lot of them saying, I don't have money for that. That's the second objection. So how can you create content that overcomes both of these objections, right? So I like to cover the time objection first, especially when I am creating content for my audience, because my audience, they're very busy. They are CEOs. They're running six-figure businesses, multiple six-figure businesses, seven-figure businesses too. Right. And for them, they may also have a team. So when it comes to creating content for them, it's like, well, I don't have the time to do that because I have to manage my team, manage my family, but they know that they want to be on social media. Right. And so for me, when I'm creating content for them, I always show them how to repurpose their content to save time, how they can batch create their content to save time. My goal always when I'm creating content to overcome the time objection is to show them how they can save time. So my question to you is, if you are a coach, a consultant, or a service provider, what types of content can you create to show your audience how they can save time? I promise you, when you start putting out content like this, it will start to shift the mindset of your audience. And now they'll go from, I don't have time to, oh, wait a second, I can actually make that work for me, right? Oh, thank you so much, Imani. So that is the first thing, overcoming objections for time. The next one is overcoming objections for money. Now, some of you, you may get people who are coming to you like they love your content. They love everything that you're talking about. And then when you start talking about, when you ask them for the sale, that's when you start hearing objections like, oh, I don't have money, or I can't afford that right now. So the first thing is, if you're getting a lot of people who are telling you they don't have money and they can't afford, that may not be your dream clients. Just really quick and honest, that may not be your dream clients. Those may be that you may be talking to the wrong audience. Your dream clients can afford your offer. Your dream clients are ready to buy from you right now. So I want you to think about that. If you're constantly getting, I can't afford, or this costs too much money for me, then you want to think about shifting your audience. So I went through this too. When I first started my business, I was talking to business owners who were just starting out. Thank you so much for sharing the live, right? I was talking to business owners who they were just starting out. And when I would make them my offer, they would tell me, "Ooh, I'm just starting, so I can't afford that. I don't have money for that. I'm too broke for that." And I recognize that language. First of all, that language is a language of poverty. When people are telling you, "I can't afford, I'm too broke for that, I can't buy that, I don't have the money for that," that is the language of poverty. People with the poverty mindset will never buy from you. So there is no point in talking to them, right? But people who have a prosperity mindset, people who have a rich mindset, instead of them saying I can't, they always say, "How can I?" How can I? So you want to talk to people who have a rich mindset, a prosperity mindset, that instead of saying I can't, because people who say I can't, they don't even try to figure it out. It's just I can't and that's it. But people with a rich mindset, with a prosperity mindset, they will say, "How can I?" Now they're trying to figure it out. Yes, thank you so much, Imani. Imani says that's definitely a language of poverty mindset. It is. Let me figure it out and get back to you. But they actually come back to you is a prosperity mindset. And so I want to give you an example. I had a client before she was my client. Exactly. Yep. The capacity consultant says your dream clients can afford your offer. Absolutely. Hey, Chanel. So I had a client before she was my client. She came to me and she said, "Star, I want to work with you." And I said, "Awesome." I quoted her my price and she told me, "Ooh, that's too high for me." And I said, "That's okay. Go sell your stuff and come back to me." 6 months later, she came back to me and she said, "Star, I really want to work with you." I said, "Awesome. Here's my offer." And I gave her the offer and she said, "I already told you that that's too high for me." I said, "No problem. Go sell your stuff and come back to me." 6 months later, so now we're 1 year. 6 months later, she comes back again and she came back with a friend this time. And she said, "Nope, Star, I know you are my coach. I want to work with you. This time I brought a friend so we both can work with you." She said, "I have seen other social media coaches, but I don't want to work with them. I know that you're my coach." I said, "Awesome. Here's the offer." She said, "Oh, I already told you that that's too high for me." And I said, "That's okay. Go sell your stuff and come back to me." 6 days later, no, 2 days later, she came back to me and she said, "I'm ready to pay in full." She booked 6 clients in 2 days. What changed? What changed? Her mindset. The first time she met with me, oh, thank you, Imani. The first time she met with me, she said, "I can't afford." And I told her, "Well, if you can't afford, go out and afford it." And she went out and came back. The second time she was like, "That's too high for me." Well, if the price is too high for you, go out and figure out how you can afford this price. The third time she came back to me, her mind shifted. If this is something that I want, I'm going to have to work for it. Come on now. If this is something that I want, I'm going to have to work for it. Why was this important? Because whenever I'm coaching my clients, it's important for them to know that you can make money. Come on now. You can make money, and not just any type of money. You can make a lot of money in a short amount of time. Can somebody write that in the chat? You can make a lot of money in a short amount of time. If she did not believe that when she joined my program, she wouldn't be able to get clients. And it's very important that you, as the coach, the consultant, the strategist, that you are working with people who can get a return on their investment. How many of you have ever heard people join a coaching program and come back not making any money at all? And then they want to blame the coach, when in all actuality, they didn't do the work. They didn't do the work. For me, when I'm working with my clients, because we are helping you to scale your business, you have to know that you can make a lot of money in a short amount of time, because that's what high ticket sales are. Instead of selling a $25 offer to hundreds of people, you can sell a $2,500 offer to just 5 people and make over $10,000. Okay? So when I talk about I was on the beach in St. Lucia and I made $5,000 just laying on the beach, that was one client, not 2 clients, not 10 clients. That was one client, $5,000. When I tell my clients on LinkedIn that I sell $10,000 packages on TikTok, that is for one person, not 10 people, not 20 people, one person. When you are selling high ticket sales, it's not about how much people you're going to reach. It is about reaching the right people who have the right mindset to afford your services. That's what high ticket sales is all about, right? And now some of you, you're thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, you had her come back to you 3 times. Yes, because that was for her and not for me. If she kept on with the language of I cannot afford, she would accept that same excuse from her clients when they come to her. How many of you have received comments from your audience that have told you, I can't afford, and you believed it and you lowered your price because of that? That's what I'm talking about. That's the mindset that we have to break out of you. Because if you keep thinking that there's a recession out there and people can't afford your services, you will never sell that high ticket offer. You will always think, maybe I should just sell this $500 offer. I should sell a $300 offer. But our goal is to show you how to sell high ticket. Why? Because when you can book a $10,000 client in one sitting, guess what? That makes a whole difference. So if you're in here right now and you're like, I want that. I am so tired of selling low ticket online, right? Maybe at one point you were selling high ticket through word of mouth and through referrals, but then you got online and it seemed like it was a little bit harder. You didn't know how to communicate your expertise in your video. You didn't know how to ask for the sale without sounding salesy. You didn't know how to tell people that this actually costs $10,000 as opposed to it being a free service that you offer. If you're in here and you're like, I want to be able to reach my right audience without having to settle, then I want to invite you again to join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge, where we show you how to sell your high ticket offers through your videos, through going live, through building relationships online. There's a lot of you on here where you're accustomed to networking in person. That's a lot of time to network it in person. Imagine you're going to a networking event. It probably takes you 4 to 5 hours just to meet 5 people and then bring them back home and have to email them. But imagine using 1 hour to reach 50 people, all because you're doing it online. That's all that social media is. Social media allows you to reach a lot of people in a shorter amount of time. So you have to decide, what do I honor more, my money, or do I honor time more? Oftentimes, my dream clients, they honor time because they recognize I rather use my time to enjoy it with my family. I rather use my time to focus on my clients. And I will allow my content to do the heavy lifting to reach more people in a short amount of time and convert more people. If you're in here and you're like, I honor time too, click the second link in my bio and join us in the VIP experience for the challenge. We're kicking off on June 2nd, and our goal is to show you how to sell high ticket online through your videos using social media without having to pay for ads, without having to hop on trends, without having to lip sync your way to virality. Our goal is to show you how you can speak to your dream clients no matter what platform you're on. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on TikTok, that is our goal, to show you how you can reach your dream clients. And so, as I said before, the first 5 people to purchase your VIP ticket, you get to join us in an early access VIP mixer. In this VIP mixer, we are going to be able to connect with one another in this session. And I'm also going to share with you my VIP visibility strategy for high ticket sales. So yesterday, if you were on my live, some of you probably weren't, but if you were on my live yesterday, I shared with you the difference between a low ticket visibility strategy and a high ticket visibility strategy. And now I want to give one specifically to you for your business. Whether you are selling a $1,500 offer, a $2,500 offer, or a $10K offer, or $20K offer, we want to share with you a VIP visibility strategy in this VIP mixer. It's early access. It's only for the first 5 people who sign up. The challenge launches on June 2nd, but the mixer is on May 30th. So you got 2 weeks before the mixer launches. And who's going to be one of our first people to sign up for VIP? If you do sign up now while you're on the live, we do shout you out, right? So I am checking to see like who ends up joining us in VIP. We get to shout you out so that everybody else gets to see that you have joined us, right? All right, so let's go into our second mindset content. Well, actually, no, we'll go into our second tip. So again, we're talking about what kind of content converts for high ticket sales. And we talked about mindset content. And specifically, we talked about overcoming objections, right? two types of objections to overcome: time objection and money objection. Right? And a lot of you just got free on this live when I let you know, if the people who keep coming to you tells you that they can't afford your services, they're not your dream clients. And it's time for you to get a new audience, right? Oh, the capacity consultant says that was for her and not for me. Exactly. Thank you so much for dropping that in the chat. Exactly. Awesome. All right. So let's go into the next tip. And if you are loving this live, go ahead and hit the arrow at the bottom right-hand corner and invite 20 people to this live. Please don't keep it to yourself. The more you engage on this live, the more it gets pushed out. All right. So our second tip, when it comes to what types of content to create in order to bring in high ticket sales, is permission to sell boldly. Permission to sell boldly. What do I mean by that? There are a lot of you on here where you have a fear of sounding salesy or a fear of being salesy. It feels icky for you to even ask for the sale in videos, in DMs. Like, you just feel all strange about it, right? And even as I'm talking about it right now, some of you are squirming in your seats like, yeah, I don't want to have to do that. But the reality is, if you never ask for the sale, they won't know how they can buy from you. They won't know. So what can you do to shift? The first thing is, you want to get out of the mindset of thinking that selling is bad, right? Or that you're bothering people when you're selling. What do I mean by that? I want to give you some signs that you are afraid to sell to your audience, right? So I'm going to read 3 things to you. And if this is you, you could drop a me in the chat, just so that we could, identify with it. Let us know. We can help you, right? But if this is not you, that's okay. But if you recognize this is you, drop a me in the chat, so we can help. So signs that you're afraid of selling to your audience. The first one, you send 1 email a month because you don't want to bother your email list. You send 1 email a month because you don't want to bother your email list. Who am I talking to right now where that's something that you do? You send 1 email a month because you don't want to bother your email list. You can just drop a me in the chat if that's you. Another sign, you're obsessed with adding value and offering freebies because you bought into the idea that you have to overgive in order for people to buy, right? You can drop a me in the chat if you're like, oh, that's me. So there are some of you where you're obsessed with adding value and always giving freebies because you bought into the idea that you have to overgive in order for people to buy, right? So drop a me in the chat if that's you. And then the last one is, you only rely on people commenting, how can I buy, before you even engage for the sale, right? So you only rely on people commenting, how can I buy, before you engage for the sale. So you could drop a me in the chat if you're like, that's me. Yep, over here on Instagram, we got a lot of me's that's in here. Hey, Tara, how you doing? Tara's like, that's me. That's me. The capacity consultant is like, that's me. TikTok, let us know if that's you as well, right? Okay, so I want to set you free in this because I get clients who think like this too. I used to think like this too as well. And the reality is, I'm going to cover the second one before I cover the first one. No, let me cover the first one. The first one, you send 1 email a month because you don't want to bother your email list. The reality is, top of mind matters. Top of mind matters. There are some people who are not even going to see your email, and you're sending it once a month. They may not get it for 6 months because they're just not going to see it because they get a lot of emails in their inbox anyway. I'm one of those people. If you send me an email and I haven't responded in 48 hours, chances are I did not see it, because I get so much emails to my inbox, and I like reading emails, by the way. I am one of those people where I'll open the emails and I will actually read it. And I respond to everyone who, like, if you're on my email list, I respond to you if you write to me, you have a question, anything like that, right? But here's the thing. If you are only sending 1 and you're expecting everyone on your email list to see it, that is not a good marketing strategy, because they're not going to see it. Some people are just going to miss it. So the goal is for you to be top of mind, and you can't be top of mind if they can't see you, right? So your email list is your biggest real estate online. What do I mean by that? I mean that Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, any other social media platform, your followers and your subscribers, you do not own. At any time TikTok gets shut down, because TikTok was threatened to get shut down so many times. At any time TikTok gets shut down, you lose all your followers. Instagram, Meta, glitches at least once a year. So for that one day, for that glitch, all them followers that you have, you can't even reach them. I haven't had any problems with LinkedIn or YouTube. But let's say that LinkedIn or YouTube ever goes away, you won't have access to those people. The number one way for you to have access to your people at all times outside of social media is your email list. But if you are emailing them once a month with your newsletter that has a whole bunch of information, one, that's information overload, and two, it's going to be really hard for you to sell to them, especially if they don't see it. So your goal is for you to show up in their inbox quite often. And you can show up in their inbox twice a week, 3 times a week. I know some people who show up in their audience inbox every day. And I know my business mentor just said to me, she said, oh my goodness, that sounds exhausting. And not exhausting for the person who's writing, for the person who's reading it. But the reality is, it is a known fact that not everyone's going to see your email. So if you send out 2 to 3 times a week an email, they're at least going to see once a week your email. So you want to increase the cadence of how much emails you are sending each week so that you, one, can nurture your audience, two, can sell to your audience and get out of the mindset that you're bothering them. You're not bothering them. They signed up to hear from you. And if they never hear from you, they're just going to unsubscribe. Also, be okay with people unsubscribing. Sometimes they sign up for a season and that's it. But if you keep convincing yourself, oh, I'm bothering them, you'll never do what it takes to actually help your people. Remember, when they signed up, it was to get help. So I want you to think about it this way. When you make a new friend, how often do you speak to that new friend? Once a month? Once a year? Every week? Every day? You just write in the chat. When you make a new friend, how often do you speak to that new friend? Once a month? Once a year, every week, every day? Just tell me, right? You can write it in the chat. For me, when I make a new friend, we talk once a day. Why am I doing that? Because it is crucial that within the first 3 months of our friendship, we are actually getting to know each other and we have strong communication. If we talk once a month, chances are we're not going to be close friends. We're not going to be close friends at all. It's not going to happen because we're not talking enough. I'm not getting to know you, right? Yep. Tara says once a day, right? Like, I'm not getting to know you. When you're networking with people, if you reach out to the people that you network once a month, they're going to forget you. I remember I went to a networking event and I sent emails out the next day. 2 days later, I followed up and I called for my follow-ups. And one guy said to me, gosh, I went to so many networking events. I don't even remember you. It only been 3 days and the man didn't remember me. Crazy. So if you're thinking, oh yeah, my email list, they're going to remember me from sending out emails once a month. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You got to remember you're building relationship. And in the very beginning, at least the first 3 months, it's crucial that they see you and hear from you so that you can be top of mind, right? So if you're in here and you're like, I never thought about it that way, that's because what we're doing now, what I'm doing right now is helping you to get out of that fear of sounding salesy and that fear of selling. Selling is only serving your audience. That's it. When you serve your audience through your email list, through your content, guess what? They're going to want to buy from you. But if you don't serve them enough, they're going to buy from someone else. What a pity that they've been sitting on your email list for 2 years and never purchased, but they're purchasing from someone else who shows up more than you do. So if you're in here right now, you're like, yeah, I want to break that off of me. I want to break off all discomfort when it comes to selling because this really is a mindset thing. Then join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge so we can help you. In our challenge, we show you how to sell like Jesus did. Why? Because we like teaching Bible marketing secrets. When Jesus walked this earth, he grew his following so large, and then he was able to convert those followers into believers. And so I use that same strategy. I teach it to all my clients, and it works. It works. When we showed this strategy to Christina went from 474 followers to over 40,000 followers. Now, that sounds nice and all. if her goal was to only grow her followers. But her goal was to sell her 5K offer. How many Ks? 5K. Not $25, not $197. Her goal was to grow her following and sell her 5K offer. Well, when she grew her following, one of her videos went viral and she was booked up with discovery calls for 2 months. That's 2 months of leads that she can sell her 5K offer to. I wonder how much money she made that season. I definitely know she made enough for her to hit her goal of going to Bali. Okay? So my question to you is, what would it feel like if your calendar was booked up for 2 months with calls so that you can convert your followers? If you were able to get 5 to 20 leads a week just from posting content and being visible, how would that shift your business? What would that look like for you? Would you be able to convert those people? Imagine 1 month from now, posting content, getting people on your email list, and then getting them from your email list into your program. And sometimes we're skipping the email list altogether, as in they're going from your videos to just being in your program. What would that do for you? Where would your business be? How would it significantly impact you? Does that mean that you get to increase your sales for that month? Some of you may be at $8,000 a month. You want to get to $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000. Does that mean that you get to hire staff to work with you? What would that look like for you? If 1 month from now, you're actually seeing a significant shift in your lead generation. I know for Christina, that was her sign to go to Bali. For me, I got to hire an editor. When my sales increased, I no longer had to edit my own videos. How amazing is that? And it's been 2 years that I haven't edited my own videos. Okay? When we talk about scaling our business, we're scaling it so that not to remove ourselves. We're scaling it so that we can reach more people and make a bigger impact. And in order for us to make a bigger impact, we need a team. So if you're in here and you're like, that's what I want. I want to be able to scale my business. I want to be able to build my team. And I want to be able to make an impact online where people are actually coming to me and telling me, wow, you changed my life. You transformed my life. That method you taught me actually worked. Then I urge you to join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. Click the second link in my bio, become a VIP member. And again, the first 5 people to sign up for VIP gets early access to our VIP mixer. This VIP mixer is intimate for a reason because our goal is to spotlight you. Our goal is to make sure that we are helping you and we're connecting with you on a level that your brand so desires. So that you're not part of a group coaching program where you fade into the background. Instead, we get to serve you so that now when you're reaching your audience, you know exactly what to say in your videos to get them to buy, and you know exactly who to target so that you can get your high ticket sales. If you're in here and you're like, yep, that's what I need. Again, it's only for the first 5 people to sign up for VIP. If you sign up as number 6, and we've had this before, if you sign up as number 6, you don't get invited to the VIP mixer. The challenge itself starts on June 2nd, but the VIP mixer will be on May 30th, specifically for you. Hey, Jerusha, honey, how you doing? And then I saw, hey, Kendra. Oh my goodness, Kendra, I haven't seen you in so long. Gosh, I feel like I used to see you every day a couple of years ago, and now I barely see you. How amazing. Okay, awesome. All right, who's feeling blessed by this? If you're feeling blessed, drop a I'm blessed in the chat. We're talking about what kind of content converts for high ticket offers. The first type of content we talked about was mindset content, overcoming objections. Those objections was time objections and money objections. And when you are able to nail that type of content, guess what happens? They buy. The second thing that we talked about was giving yourself permission to sell. Giving yourself permission to sell. We talked about signs that you're afraid to sell to your audience. The first one was that you send 1 email a month because you don't want to bother your email list, right? And we were able to destroy that limiting belief because they want to hear from you so you can send more. I want to share another one, right? So we talked about signs you're afraid to sell to your audience. The next sign that we gave was you're obsessed with adding value and offering freebies because you bought into the idea that you have to overgive in order for people to buy from you. Okay, I know people like this. It's like, we got to add value, and we got to give freebies, so many freebies. Oh my goodness. And what you're doing is you're choking your audience with your freebies. Yes, you are. You're choking your audience with your freebies. It's too much. And the second thing is you're now training your audience not to buy from you. That is a real thing. You as the marketeer, and I said marketeer for a reason, because as the business owner showing up on social media, you now become your marketing person. So you as the marketeer, you have to train your audience to buy from you. If you are constantly giving out freebies, what's going to happen is they're always going to expect free. And that's where you get people that are like, oh, I can't afford. And I can't buy. And they won't even try to figure it out. For me, we don't have freebies for my email list. We have low cost items. Yeah, I said that. We have lead magnets, and our lead magnets are not free. They are a minimum of $7. Why? It's to weed out the people who are only expecting free. Because the goal as the business owner is for you to be able to help your people who want a transformation. People who want a transformation have no issue with investing. So you got to get out of the mindset that I have to keep so much educational content, add value, add value, add value. I'm not saying to cheat your people. You definitely want to sow into them. But there comes a point in time where you then need to ask for the sale. And it's best to do that when you have trained them to buy from you. So let me give you an example. This example is actually from Jesus's life, and this is found in Luke 5. This is where he meets the disciples for the first time, right? And so he had saw that they had been fishing all night. All night they had been fishing, and they couldn't catch any fish. And then he says to them to cast your net again. And in their minds, they were just like, nope, I don't believe this. We've already been doing it. We're the experts. We've already been doing this, and it didn't work for us. So why would it work now? And Jesus said, just trust me, cast your net again. So they casted their net again, and they caught so much fish. And then after they caught the fish, Jesus said to them, follow me, for I will make you fishers of men. So what happened here? The first thing was Jesus saw a need. He saw that they were in need. They had been fishing all night, couldn't catch any fish, and Jesus decided, I have the solution that's going to help them. And what's going to help them is if they cast their net again. So when you're showing up, yes, you're adding value, right? You see the need that they have, you're adding value. And you tell them, here's what you need to do. The next thing, from the value that Jesus added, they got a quick win. That quick win was them catching a lot of fish. So from the value that you're adding, your audience should be getting quick wins. Those quick wins are going to show them that what you teach works and that you are the truth. But here's the most important piece to this puzzle of Jesus being able to convert his followers into believers. After they got their quick win, Jesus then told them, he gave them a call to action. He said, follow me, for I will make you fishers of men. That call to action is the opportunity to convert. And some of you, you are giving the quick wins, you are solving the problems, and then you're walking away. You're waiting for the people to come to you. When all you have to do next is let them know, here's how you can buy. That's it. You've already served them. You've already added value. They're already invested. Your next step is to let them know, here's how you can buy, and walk them through the steps. When I tell people, if you want to join the Convert Content to Cash Challenge, I tell them to head to the first link in my bio, because that's where the challenge is. If you are selling live or selling in any of your videos, you want to make sure that where people are buying from you, it's the first link, especially because right now we can have many links in our bio. I know I have a couple of links, right? But you want to make sure that what it is that you want people to buy from you is the first link. You don't want them going there and having to search all over. They're going to get lost and then they're going to leave, right? There are some times where I tell people, if you just want to get the VIP ticket, head to the second link in my bio. I'm doing that on purpose because I want it to be very clear. Here's how you can work with me when you're ready to work with me. right? That's the next steps. So instead of over giving and all these freebies, like some of you, all you do is work on a whole bunch of freebies because you think if I keep working on these freebies and I keep giving it out, people will actually sign up. You don't have to do that. Focus on the one, solve the one problem, offer your lead magnet, put a price on the lead magnet. Yep, I said it. Put a price. It doesn't even have to be a high price. It could be $1, it could be $5, it could be $7. Now, there's a psychology behind this that we often share inside the challenge, right? But the psychology is it's easier to convert someone who's already bought from you than to convert someone who hasn't bought from you. So here you are getting a whole bunch of people for free on your email list, but they haven't bought from you yet. That's why your email list isn't converting as much as you want it to. But if you just already off the bat, just let them know, hey, here's an e-guide at $7. Now they've already bought and they get to learn the things that you're teaching and they want to opt in again, right? I know that went over some of your heads. That went over some of your heads, but that's some of our strategies for selling high ticket, right? The goal is to be able to serve your audience and not to overgive, because for some of you, you're overwhelming your audience, right? All right, so I want to give an example of one of my clients who was able to implement this. So she joined us in a challenge in December, and she was already adding value to her offer, right? She was already adding value online. She already had a following, but her biggest thing was she didn't know how to convert those followers into customers. So we showed her exactly what to do. And in 1 month, she booked 6 new clients. Just 1 month, 6 new clients for a program. My question to you is, how would that shift your business if you were able to book 6 clients into your business right now? Now, for some of you, this is an additional 6 clients because you're already getting clients through word of mouth and through referrals. So what would it look like if you were able to bring in an additional 6 clients from social media? Will you now be convinced that social media actually works for your business? Because there are some of you in here where you're convincing yourself, oh man, social media doesn't work for me. It works for everyone else but you. But it's not true. It's not that social media doesn't work for you. It's just that you don't know how to work social media to your advantage. So what we did was my client, she was already nurturing her audience. She already had a following. The one thing that was missing was asking for the sale. So we showed her how to ask for the sale. She got 6 new clients in 1 month, right? Now, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this because there are a lot of you in here where you started your business to make an impact. Who in here started your business to make an impact? Drop a me in the chat. If you started your business to make an impact, drop a me in the chat. I'm raising my hand because that's what I did, right? So there's a lot of you in here where you started your business to make an impact. Yep. Thank you so much, Tara, for dropping that in the chat. And in order for you to make an impact, you got to reach your people, not just anyone, your people, the ones who've been praying for you, the ones who have been looking for the solution to their problem. You got to reach those people. But my question to you is, what happens to those people if they never find your content? Have you ever thought about that before? Like, what happens to those people if they never find your content? Will you be able to make an impact in their lives? Probably not. I know for me, my clients who have been able to see astronomical results, the only reason why they were able to get that is because I actually showed up and they found me. Like Christina, when I talk about her results, she's the one who went from 474 followers to over 40,000 followers on TikTok. She tells me all the time, girl, I'm so happy I found you, because not only is she reaching her people, but they're leaving testimonies for her. What Christina does is she's a career coach. She helps men and women land their dream job working from home, making 6 figures or more. And when she helps them do that, they then start giving her testimonials. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I needed. If it wasn't for you, I would still be stuck in my job. And then Christina comes to me and she says, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to help them. So my question to you is, will you allow your people to suffer any longer because they can't find you? Are you willing to pay that cost? I know for me, I wasn't. And believe me, I was afraid to show up too. I'm a TV producer. I'm accustomed to being behind the camera. And then God called me to come in front of the camera. He said, stop hiding behind your business. Stop hiding behind your career. I want you in the front. And that's where some of you are now. Stop hiding behind your referrals. Stop hiding behind your word of mouth. Stop hiding behind your business and your CEO title and show up for your audience to find you. Because if they can't find you, they won't be able to get the help that they need. And I know there's a lot of us on here where we like to think, well, there's somebody else who's doing it. They'll be able to work with them. They're attached to your voice. They are attached to your voice. Jesus said, my sheep know my voice and another they will not follow. And it's the same thing for you. They know your voice. I had given an example at the very beginning of this live. I said I had a client before she was my client. She came, she wanted to work with me. And I told her my offer and she said it was too high. And I told her to go out, sell her stuff and come back. And she did that for an entire year. And she bought from me finally 1 year later. You know why? Because she said, Star, you're my coach and I won't follow anyone else. I won't work with anyone else. Your people are restless. They are tired. They are exhausted. They want to work with you. So please do them a favor by creating content that they can find. And if you're in here, you have been struggling with creating content that can be seen. Your videos are stuck at 100 views, 200 views. You're not even getting comments under your videos. Let us help you shift that so you can speak to your dream clients who have been praying for you, who have been waiting for you, so that when they finally meet you, you can hear them say, thank you so much, because this is exactly what I needed. If you're in here and you're like, that's what I want, click the second link in my bio. Join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. In the challenge, we show you not just how to create content that sells, but how to make an impact online. There are a lot of you on here who are listening right now. You've been called to bigger stages, bigger than your live videos. I don't know. Some of you probably don't know this lady, but her name is Kim Pothier, right? And she got her start on Periscope. Y'all remember Periscope? Periscope was the live video app where all you did was go live. So she got her start on Periscope. That was maybe 2017, 2016 or something like that. And to this day, she has hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, making an impact on their lives. She started just on a social media platform, and now she's impacting the world. The same thing happened with Tabitha Brown. She started on TikTok. Now she's impacting the world. A lot of you, you have a vision, you have a dream that you should be on bigger stages. You should be on high profile podcasts. You should be reaching hundreds of thousands of people. And it starts right here on social media. But there's a lot of you where you know it starts on social media, but you're a little stuck on how to manifest that. We want to show you how to do that in the challenge. All you got to do is click the second link in my bio, become a VIP member. And again, the first 5 people to sign up for VIP, you get early access to our VIP mixer. The VIP mixer is our way to connect with you. So it'll be me and my team. We'll connect with you. It's a party. We get to know your business. We get to know your pain points. And then we show you the VIP visibility strategy for high ticket sales so that when you join us in the challenge, you already know how to sell high ticket. And our goal is to help you walk out that strategy. Why is this important? Because there's a lot of you who have joined coaching programs where you have gotten a lot of information, but you didn't know how to implement. And without the implementation, you didn't get your transformation. Your transformation is the result. So there were some of you where you joined coaching programs. The goal was to get to 6 figures. You haven't gotten to 6 figures because you got a lot of the information, but you needed help with executing. And it didn't matter how many questions you asked. They did not help you to execute. Well, imagine what it would be like if you were able to execute on a content strategy that helps you bring in leads immediately, that same day. That's what happened with Erica when she joined our challenge at the VIP level. She joined us for VIP and she wanted to know, okay, what do I price my offer at? She had someone who was inquiring. She didn't know how much to charge. We told her how much to charge. She made $750 in 3 days. Talk about acceleration. And that's what happens. Some of you, You are just one strategy away from actually increasing your sales. Some of you are one question away from increasing your sales. But my question is, are you going to keep holding yourself back, keep shrinking, keep playing small, keep telling yourself, I don't know if this is going to work for me? Or will you just take that leap of faith and join us in a challenge? If you decided, I want to join us in a challenge, let me tell you who the challenge is for. The challenge is for the coach where you're already at 6 figures, you already have a social media following, but you don't know how to convert those followers into customers. In the challenge, we show you exactly how to speak to them so that they can buy. We show you how to speak to ready to buy buyers. That's so important because there are some of you on here, you're talking to people where they don't even know they need your solution. We show you how to talk to the people who already know they need your solution so that they can buy right then and there. The challenge is also for the business owner where you're capped between 8 to 10K months and you are hesitating to selling your videos because you don't want to sound salesy or feel icky when you are selling. Well, in the challenge, we help you to overcome that. Some of you got a taste of it already. We help you to break free from it so that now when you're showing up, you are selling to your audience confidently and you're actually getting the sales. And lastly, the challenge is for the coach or the service provider that you're already successful. Sales isn't an issue for you, but visibility is. You are so well known in your inner circle. You always get referrals. But when it comes to you being online, your expertise doesn't translate. You don't know how to sell from one-on-one to one-to-many through your videos. And, I just lost my other point. What was it? I just lost my other point. It like completely left my mind, right? Our goal is to show you how you can actually reach your audience and convert them into customers. That's what it was. So you can no longer be the best kept secret. There are some of you where you feel completely invisible online. There are people who are younger than you, who are making more than you, who are reaching more than you. And you're tired of being the best kept secret. Join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. Click the second link in my bio to join us for VIP. And again, the first 5 people to sign up for VIP joins us in the VIP mixer, right? So in the challenge, we teach you the 5 P's to prosperity on social media. And those 5 P's are 1, position your brand just like Jesus did. Jesus was able to grow his following so largely because of how he positioned himself. So we show you how to do the same thing. Number 2, how to package your message in your videos with telling stories. We show you how to tell stories that actually sell to your audience and not just any old stories. Because there are some of you here, you are masters at at storytelling. But when it comes to story selling, you're not that good at it. I used to be like that too. I'm a master storyteller. But when it came to telling stories in a way that get people to buy, I struggled a bit. But now we have formulas that we can show you so that you can actually implement that. And that's only on day 2. On day 3 of the challenge, we show you how to produce a 6-figure content strategy. This is the same strategy that helped me to build my business to 6 figures in 2023. It's the same strategy that helped Christiana, another one of our clients. She actually had a wedding business offline, and then she started a second business online, and she wanted to know, how do I get clients? I showed her how to do it. She got 10 new clients in 6 weeks, or less than 6 weeks, actually. She got 10 new clients, right? I'm telling you, it works, but only if you want it to work. Day 4, we show you how to present your offer in your videos so that now you're confidently selling to your audience and they're buying from you. You're getting comments that says, how can I buy from you? As opposed to, ooh, you're inspiring. This is so inspiring. We want to shift you from just people seeing you as inspiring to people seeing you as a business owner and wanting to buy from you. And then day 5, we show you how to profit from your videos so that you can create predictable income. It's not enough to sell 5K one time. When I first started, I was selling 5K offers every 3 months. That was nice and all, but you can't live off that. But the following year, those 5K offers every 3 months turned out to be 5K offers. What was it? We had hit 8 to 10K months. So we are probably selling 2 to 3 people every month now. And then we increased our price. So then it was like less people, right? That's the goal. So that each month you can create predictable income. And that predictable income is 5 figures, whether you want to hit 10K, whether you want to hit $100,000 in the year, you want to hit $200,000 in a year, up to you. right? So we have two levels for the challenge. We have VIP and we have the diamond experience. So I talked a lot about the VIP experience. In the VIP experience, again, the first 5 people who signs up gets to join us in the VIP mixer. And that's the second link in my bio. And then for the diamond experience, these are for our members where you value exclusivity. You don't just want to be at the VIP mixer. You don't just want to be another number in the VIP room. What you want is a one-on-one. That's what the diamond experience is for. The diamond experience, you get everything in VIP, but you also get a complimentary elite marketing strategy session with me. And that's a one-on-one session with me before the challenge starts. So if you join us for the diamond experience, you can get that one-on-one session as early as tomorrow. And during that session, we can help you with your messaging, with your content strategy. It's up to you, right? So if you're like, that's me, that's exactly what I want, you have access to the challenge by clicking the first link in my bio or the second link in my bio, or you can feel free to DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite. Now, if you're in here, you have any questions about the challenge or even about your content strategy, you can feel free to ask your questions now. I'm gonna just give a little bit more time before I end this live. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and I'll read them out loud and I'll help you. Hey, Drew. Yeah, I got it late last night, so I'll respond back to you after this live. But if I don't see any questions, then we'll go ahead and end this live. My next live is going to be on no, not Monday. It's going to be on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, right? So the next live is Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. We're talking about a May content strategy for service-based business owners, right? So it's a May content strategy for service-based business owners. Hey, Reese Lux, I hope that I said your name correctly. Correct me if I didn't. Reese says, what is this about? So Reese, I was teaching on what kind of content converts for high ticket offers. So that's the live I was teaching. What kind of content converts for high ticket offers? You can actually get the replay on my LinkedIn channel or my YouTube as well. So if you all follow me on YouTube, you can watch this replay on YouTube. So my YouTube is Book of Star. And I haven't announced this enough, but I'm not posting as much content on TikTok or Instagram, right? I'm mainly only going live on these platforms, but I'm moving over to YouTube. So on YouTube, that is my main platform now, YouTube and LinkedIn. That's where you'll be seeing brand new content, but you'll be seeing longer form content on there. So you can get all of my live videos from TikTok. If you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you can get all of my live videos on YouTube. Just go to Book of Star and then hit the live tab and you'll be able to see that. So if Reese Lux, if you missed this live and you want to be able to know what type of content to create in order to convert high ticket offers, then feel free to watch the replay. Hey, Quanda, honey. It's already uploaded. Yeah, that's the best thing about YouTube and LinkedIn. Once I hit end on this live right now, it is already there. So you can just head right over to my YouTube channel, Book of Star, and I will be able to, you'll be able to just see it. And then one other announcement, I am going to be featured today on the Success for Women radio and TV show. It's going to be on YouTube, right? So I'll probably drop the link in my stories. If you want to join us, it's 2 p.m. Eastern today, but I'm going to be interviewed on the Success for Women radio and TV show. So it's going to be pretty amazing. She's airing it live on YouTube. So I'll drop the link in my stories so you all can join me at 2 p.m. Eastern. Y'all have a great day.